Hi everyone, I hope this video finds you in great health and spirit. Today's episode we're going to be talking about the training that we offer. Okay, so what I did is I wrote down a little bit of what we do, and I'm going to articulate the different disciplines that we teach and how we offer it to officers. All right, so let us look at this list here. So, before we get started, someone asked, they saw our banner and they said, what's all that? It's 3 different companies. Yes, it is. We have U.S. Crime Prevention Corp., which is the mother company. Then we have Texas Crime Prevention Agency, which is a security company. And then Tactical Defense Training Center, which is the academy that we train everyone in, okay? All right, so I hope we got that one. All right, so here in my list, the things that we teach our officers are BLS/CPR, okay, and basic life support. So all our officers are capable to render assistance to anyone that's choking, potentially has a heart attack, anything like that. Then we go to the next step, which is stop the bleed/TCC, which is tactical casualty care. That's if someone gets shot, stabbed, in that arena of potential issues, okay? Obviously, we want to make sure that officers are trained to effectively render that assistance and not just try to fly from the cuff of their, pants. This is why I have a kit here that will facilitate that situation. Our operational guys on our teams, we run a smaller one. And every other, out of 5 guys, I'd say 2 will have medics, and then we would have the medic bag, and then we'll have our big bag in the squad car, okay? We'll then go into de-escalation drills, how to de-escalate, how to talk down a potential verbal altercation so it doesn't escalate into a physical altercation, okay? Our job is de-escalate, calm everyone down, and make sure everybody's okay. So we offer verbal de-escalations, one of our big ones here. Obviously, then we'll go into defensive tactics. Now, in the defensive tactics arena, there are several subcategories. Defensive tactics is a general header, right? But then you got your subcategories. Some of those subcategories are, for example, spontaneous edge weapon response, ground avoidance, and then we go into ground combatives. We then also go into stop, control, and neutralize. This is going into being able to go into cuffing the suspect. Okay. Then we go into the art of the draw. How quickly can you transition to get to the gun? In the hand-to-hand defensive tactics, we also go into defensive pistol into transition from empty hands to weapon procurement. Again, that's another discipline. So you got the art of the draw, then you have defensive tactics, right, where you're defending yourself, where someone's physically trying to hit you, into transitioning into the art of the draw and weapon procurement. So several different disciplines in that one. We have weapon retention, cross weapon recovery. We have defensive pistol/combative pistol, building and room clearing. All our officers have to be trained in that, simply because if they're going into a situation where maybe it's an alarm or whatever, and we have to enter, then we will. Now, there was a situation where I was called to one of our locations, and our officer was being assaulted and was trying to be run over. Police were called. The police found the subject ran. We gave chase with law enforcement, ran inside. They thought that he was in a room. We're about to clear it, but the officer didn't know how to clear it. He was banging on the front door, which was already cracked open, and just walked straight in. I was banked to the side. I couldn't believe that he walked in thinking that no one could be on the other side of the door that wants to shoot him. So yeah, so we want to make sure that officers know how to clear a room or a building. That way, if an officer arrives, a law enforcement officer, our officer doesn't know what's going on, doesn't know how to help the officer. Okay. All right. So what else? Let me see. Okay, we got shotgun, carbine, and pistol 101. How to grip, hold, load, unload, make safe, take it apart, disassemble, reassemble, how to clean, type of ammunition to use, different situations that they would need different ammunition. Like if you don't want to go through a sheetrock as opposed to like a regular FMJ, right? So the types of rounds that you can use so that if your daughter's on the other side of the wall and this madman is trying to hurt you, that your round doesn't go through him, through the wall, and hit your daughter or your neighbor if you live in an apartment. Okay, so we go into that. Then we do have the advance in, again, shotgun, pistol, carbine, defensive tactics, and so forth. Then we go into, as I mentioned, into hand, into weapon transition to weapon procurement, and then team entry. Obviously, we have our fugitive task force team, we have our CERT team, and then our SORT team. Okay, so, like I stated in the other video, same training, just a different task. Okay, so that's a little bit of what we do, and then some of the disciplines that we offer. Again, it's not all-inclusive list that I have. It's just some of the ones that I know right off the top of my head and that I wrote down. There are some subcategories even within these, which is gun handling, gun safety, and then firearm proficiency, how well can you shoot, shooting, what we call static, which is just you at the gun range shooting, and then shooting, which now we're causing cardiovascular distress, where we may have you running, punching, grabbing your service pistol, popping 2 at 7 rounds, load, unload, running, punching, kicking, shooting again. So there are subcategories as you progress in the training. The training gets much harder, much more critical, and stuff like that. Okay? So I hope that answered your questions. I hope it was informative. And as always, keep your head low, your eyes sharp, and your aim true. Goodbye.